To the day. I'm not even gonna tell y'all what time it is because it's honestly ridiculous that I'm actually getting up this late and like starting the day this late. Like I said, I'm not gonna tell them what time it is, sir. But there's actually a lot of things that I can do today, and like I said before, Taman and baby girl are like morning people. I am not a morning person. I rise with the night, you know. I come alive with the I'm a night person, all right. But yeah, so let's get into it, and welcome to the vlog. So y'all, I was just telling my husband that this right here, let me back the camera up a little bit, is like my favorite stage of my retwist. It's about, I had her at, I did my retwist when she was about a week, either a week or 2 weeks. So this is about a month to maybe 6 week olds, about a month to 5 weeks old retwist. So, and I just like it because it just looks a lot thicker than it normally does. Like the roots are still tan but still kind of puffy. There's a little bit of frizziness there, which just adds to the fullness. And I really just prefer it looking like this and not being so like perfect. Friends, so today I'm going to be just talking about like how I knew that it was the right time for me to go back to work, or making, how do you make the decision as a new mom of when it's time to go back to work. Excuse my wet t-shirt. As you guys know, since you're watching the vlog, I just finished my face mask, so I just washed my face, and this is day 3 of doing the sea moss and turmeric face mask. So I'm just gonna give you guys a close-up of my skin, let you guys see how it's been doing with the mask. So yeah, how did I know that it was the right time or the best decision for me to go back to work, being an entrepreneur, mompreneur, whatever you want to call it. Let's talk about like just my experience directly postpartum. So 3 weeks postpartum, I was like, man, recovery has been a breeze. My body's getting back to normal. You know, what else is happening? Just like everything kind of seemed like easy. The baby was sleeping. I was getting more sleep than I thought I was gonna be getting, and it was okay. So I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go back to work. I was talking to Samana about it. Like, everybody keeps telling me, you know, don't rush. You're gonna need your rest. Rest up. You know, don't be in such a rush to go back to work. Start working again. Blah 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 blah. I had people commenting on my pictures like, girl, you putting out promo already? You know, you just had a baby like yesterday. But me, you know, I'm a hustler. Entrepreneur mindset all the way. I'm a hustler, homie. I'm a hustler. So I was definitely like, you know, I need to go back. I need to start making money. This was the best year ever for my head wraps. It was the best year ever. I just didn't want to I didn't want to lose that business momentum of the website. So I was like, 4 weeks postpartum, I'm going to go back. I'm going to start working again. I'm going to start doing all that stuff. I will not say that it was a bad decision to start, doing things, getting back into the groove at 4 weeks. But I don't know. I definitely have been feeling now at 7 weeks postpartum that maybe I could have given it a little bit more time at the 4 week point. Only because I had, as soon as I was like, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to start putting more stuff out there. I had someone reach out to me and was like, oh my gosh, I want you to do the cover for my book. And so I was like, okay, great. I got a commission right out the window. As soon as I said I'm ready to go back, there are people who are eager to work with me. So I was really excited about that. And I was like, yes, people are excited to work with me. It's going to be good. I'm going to be making money. I'm going to be doing the mommy thing. We're lit. We're in here. Then I had somebody else reach out to me like, okay, yeah, I want you to make some ads for me. I want the works. I want an infomercial. I want, a logo. I want all the good stuff. I want you to, do the stuff. Then I had another woman who had already scheduled time with me, hit me up and said she wanted to have something. So now I had 3 clients who needed something, and I literally couldn't even make the time to return phone calls because every week of postpartum, every week with your newborn changes. Every week your baby gets more alert. Every week they need more stuff from you. They need more effort from you, And I was still trying to juggle my time with my husband and make sure I'm giving him enough time and making time to make sure that the house is good and make sure that, I'm calling my mom, making sure that she's good, making sure that the orders that I had on my website were still coming in and going out, and making sure I was making promo for my own business and taking marketing pictures for my own stuff. And so then I was like, I'm going to have to, if I'm going to do this, go back to work thing, I'm going to have to set some major boundaries because I'm the type of person who will overwork myself. Okay. I will let it get so far to the point where I'm not sleeping. I'm getting frustrated with myself instead of just putting limits on how much time I'm going to put into whatever I'm doing. So one tip that I definitely have, if you're going to go back to work and you're an entrepreneur or mompreneur, write out your boundaries. Write out how many hours of your day you're actually gonna devote to your business. Figure out if you're a YouTuber or you're a content creator, figure out how many hours of the day you're gonna devote to that. What days of the week you're gonna devote, to doing that. I think around week maybe 5.5, 6, Sunny started to stay up a lot more. She started to get colicky, started to have her own challenges, and I was just trying my best to make sure that I was still being as good as a mom as as best a mom as I could be, while also not neglecting my own wants, my own needs, my own goals. And so the minute I decided I wanted to go back to work, it was a major thing for me just to figure out how I was going to juggle it all, even the emotions, because as an entrepreneur, it's very up and down. And so I was trying to figure out if I was going to be, have some postpartum emotions, postpartum depression, and still have to juggle, not having a super productive week versus having a super productive week, or if I was going to be hard on myself, if I didn't have a super productive week. So I just have to be very vigilant and really pay attention to myself as much as I pay attention to her. Also, Sunny was always in the plan. She's a planned baby. It was a planned pregnancy. And so I knew, I didn't know what my reality was going to be like, but I knew that the plan I had set in place for a daughter, at 25, I knew that I was going to have to really step it up. My work ethic was going to have to be top notch if I wanted to make sure that my business didn't lack, because I decided to devote time to motherhood. So, she was always in the plan. Me being an entrepreneur was always in the plan. Has been the plan for the past few years, but now that this momentum has picked up, it's definitely a little bit more challenging, but nothing crazy. I feel like so far we've been dealing with it okay, right, babe? I think in terms of just going back to work.
I've been telling you to do whatever you've been wanting to. It's not, I don't know. I don't feel like it's made any difference. What I mean?
And you know what else? I think that when it comes to our household, if I chose that I didn't want to work for a little longer, I don't think it would be an issue. I think it's more of a self thing, why I feel like I needed to go back. I wanted to be more productive for myself. Yeah, I know that my household is good, but at the end of the day, I wanted to get things rolling for myself. And I figured the younger that she was, with her needing so much of my attention, then I'll be able to figure out a good schedule in order to juggle, both working and, being a mom. I wouldn't say that I'm feeling overwhelmed with my responsibilities or feeling overwhelmed with my business. At least not yet, because I just made the decision to get it going again, and I've been consistently working for the past 2 weeks. But I definitely give myself days off. I do not get up and do something productive absolutely every day. Sometimes I am tired, sometimes I am exhausted, and thank God that I have a partner, because I have the luxury to do so. I don't always have to get up every single day and do something, either to make money, or in the way my business is set up, it's kind of I don't need to necessarily do something every single day to make money, because the business, my website, is doing its thing. So I don't necessarily have to do something every single day. I do have to do my inventory and all that stuff, but I've definitely just been trying to create a schedule that I'm comfortable with and not putting too much pressure on myself. So no, I'm not feeling any pressure financially. I'm just trying to get it going. I'm just trying to, figure things out. It is, pumping and breastfeeding is kind of a full-time job. It's hard to squeeze in time when you have to literally feed your baby every 2 hours and you're depending on your body to provide the food. Now, yeah, I do have a stash that I'm building, but I don't depend on my stash. I literally try to not tap into that stash as much as humanly possible. Because it's supposed to be for emergencies, or not even for emergencies, just when she gets a little bit older and I'm not pumping or breastfeeding as much as I am now. I do try, ever since I had her, ever since I gave birth, I do really try to apply my hypnobirthing to other parts of my life. Just breathe through it. Not everything requires stress. You shouldn't fear things when you go into situations, especially things that you don't know what the outcome will be. The best thing that you can do is pace yourself, control your breath, stay calm, try to take a hold of your reality as much as possible. And yeah, just really stay calm. Not everything requires stress. And more than anything, just time manage. Time management, now that I've decided to, get things up and running again, has been so important. Because I don't want any parts of my life to lack. I don't want anything to like start slipping because I'm doing too much instead of just giving myself boundaries. So I guess the biggest thing that I have learned about the biggest lesson that trying to do the entrepreneurship thing and trying to be a mom has taught me is to apply boundaries, so that you can do it all. So really how I feel is like there's no perfect time to go back to work. I think it all depends on where you are in your healing, and if you're not mentally ready to go back, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that women should be giving way more maternity leave time, because 6 weeks realistically is just not enough after what your body and your mental has gone through. Not to mention, hormonally, you're still not who you once were when you were pregnant for 9 months, and then you have this rush of emotion on the day you give birth, and you're just so on a high, you're so happy, and then it just plummets and you're on a low. So many things are happening with your body, so many things are happening with your mind. So all I can really say is have patience with yourself. If you're not ready to go back, go back. When you do go back, make sure that you're setting those boundaries. Make sure that you're, trying to manage your time as best as possible, but don't stress about, not having time for every single thing that you want to get done in that day. There's going to be other days, God willing. And yeah, just take your time. Take your time. So if you're a mom out there who's either thinking about going back to work or have gone back to work, let me know your experience. Were you truly ready to go back? Did you feel like you needed more time? And what things did you do to help you get back into transitioning to your everyday life?